Welcome to Granny Shifting. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jason.
And this is minute 13. Lucky number 13.
You got it right for the first minute in 3 episodes.
Thank you. I try my best.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, it's Jesse from the original Fast and the Furious, and you're listening to Granny Shifting, the Fast and Furious podcast.
And I'm Ryan.
I'm Jason.
And
Where to do that?
this is like, I don't know. But this is like, and I'm Ryan. And this is the part of the movie that's like hard to stop at the minute mark.
Yeah.
So we can talk about it.
For the first time this movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, like, this is the first movie in the Fast and Furious franchise that has not started with a banger of a scene. Well...
this one started with a truck or with a bus flipping.
And the reason for that is they cut the movie off last time.
Yeah.
Which, it's like, the first movie, they're like, we don't know how this will go. The second one, we're like, it did pretty good. And then the third one, they're like, let's do something totally different. By the fourth one, they're like, people are into these. So let's just come up with a big storyline.
Right.
We'll cut it off with like a Prison Break style cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And then people are like, oh, I can't wait for a year from now to find out what actually happens.
Yeah. When did this one come out? I would have said it was 3 years later.
I don't know. Excuse me. I'm just getting over COVID.
Long COVID?
No.
Oh, short COVID.
No, short COVID.
Fast 5 was 2011. And yeah, so 2 years. So not that long. They had the plan.
The year I graduated college.
Oh. What year did I say? 11? Really?
Yeah. Can you believe that?
Yeah. That's the right timeline.
I wonder, did you see this in theaters?
I'm sure.
Really?
You don't think you did?
Boy, if I graduated college, when was your first daughter born?
13.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say, would this have been when we were not really hanging out?
Probably. Because I remember when you guys came to visit us in the hospital.
When did you get married?
10.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like...
Because you weren't my best man.
No. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I was your last man.
Really? Were you last in line?
Last in line.
I don't think I chose the lineup.
No. It was also like...
Somebody did.
All your friends from high school.
Well, it was my 2 brothers.
And your brothers.
It was only 2 friends from high school.
Yeah, that's all of them, right?
Oh, that's right. I don't remember who all my groomsmen was. I was thinking it was way too many.
Oh, man.
2 brothers, Jason, you, Luke, and Ben. Yeah, that's 6.
Wait, I got married in 13. And you were my best man.
I know.
Did we start hanging out again then?
3 years changed a lot.
So, for the listeners, here's what happened. Me and Ryan started living together, and it was, I don't know, it just changes things.
Yeah.
Like,
instead and you got a girlfriend that I didn't know.
Yeah, and you got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew her, but it was like, we both got girlfriends.
Right.
And instead of like hanging out, like, hey, let's hang out, it'd be like, we just lived together. So we would just see each other.
Right.
But it was like, became more functional than fun. So I do remember we would just, like, our beds were right next to each other.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a little space in
there
between.
Wasn't much.
We had a small little studio apartment.
Yeah.
But we would often end up just chatting. You know how when we go to record a podcast and we're like, we'll do a quick minute here. We'll knock this one out in 5 to 10 minutes. And it ends up going 30 minutes.
Right.
We're just talking about random stuff like our marriages.
Right.
But yeah, we would just stay up late talking.
And you got heavy into the car scene.
Yeah.
Car meets, car
friends.
Yes.
Drifting.
And I didn't.
Yeah. So we sort of went different ways. It wasn't like we didn't get along.
No.
But we were around each other sort of like brothers, I feel like. And then we once I moved out, then we just didn't hang out.
Yeah.
Because
we were going to move in together at another place.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, why would I do that when I could just live at home?
I needed a place to live. Ryan didn't.
Yeah.
So I ended up moving into but he had his own apartment at home. So I just moved into his apartment.
Yeah. But that was during college when you moved out.
Yeah.
So you were still in college at 2011. I don't know. The time
I moved out. Yeah. And then I moved in with Snack Man.
Yeah.
Well, I lived with another weirdo before that. But during that time, we didn't really hang out.
No.
Because, yeah, like you said, I was really into cars. You weren't really into, like you liked cars, but I was, like, into cars a lot. That was, like, all I did. And then you had a girlfriend, and I had a girlfriend. And
they just take up a lot of time.
But I do think we got in a habit of not hanging out for fun. Because we were always together. Because we lived together.
Right.
So we just saw each other all the time. So when we moved out, it was like we weren't in the habit of like, hey, you want to go do something?
Right.
All that to say, I don't think I went to see this movie with you.
Yeah. I don't know who did go to see you. I mean, probably Melody, but I don't know who else would have been there.
Yeah, I don't know.
2011, I was still in high school. Or no, high school was 8. I left high school. I was married, working, barely making ends meet.
Yeah.
I remember one month we had $500 a month rent.
Pretty good deal.
You
had your own house.
A couple times we had to ask our landlord if we could just do $250 at the beginning of the month and $250 in the middle of the month.
Yeah.
Like that's...
It is...
hamburger helper every meal.
Sobering to remember. I remember like during that same time period, I wanted a body kit for my car. Like it was my drift car. But it was like, we did not, like I didn't have, I could buy one for $500.
Right.
I didn't have $500 to drop on a body kit if I wanted to.
I felt like you just always had like play money. Like you always had something you could sell that was of good value that you could get what you wanted. Like you always had a dirt bike, or you always had...
See, I always had to sell something to get the next thing.
Right, yeah.
So when I had my drift car, drifting is very expensive.
Yeah.
But it was like I needed a $500 body kit. I literally had a jar on my dresser that I would like throw $10 or $5, and that's how I like saved up till I had enough.
Yeah.
To find a cheap beat up one online, and then learned how to do fiberglass myself.
You had better small time investments than I did. Like your hobbies, like dirt bikes, are a better investment than
electronics.
Yeah, than anything I was interested in.
Everything
that, like, devalued like
50%
in the first 3 months. So, like,
anything expensive I bought, I always bought for a really good deal, so I could fix it up a little bit and then sell it, because that's kind of just how I
and the
always
thing
did it.
With those dirt bikes and stuff is like, if you still had any of them now, they would, like 15 years later, they would have gone up in price still.
Yeah. There's a certain point for dirt bikes where they don't lose value at all anymore.
Right.
And then COVID happened and they doubled. They have actually, prices have come back down a bit. Even vehicle prices, I feel like, have come down.
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't look during COVID.
COVID vehicle prices were crazy.
I remember they had like an additional fee on top of like the regular price, because basically like we have a car and other people don't type of fee. Just like,
oh yeah, because it was,
I forget what they called
cheaper to buy something brand new than 3 years old during COVID.
Yeah,
but you couldn't. There was a couple year waiting list or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so we're in minute 13.
Thanks, Obama.
Was that Obama? That wasn't Obama.
That's just a saying, Ryan. All right.
Bear shells Biden. All right.
So Mia's got the GT40. They are hooking up the straps, and they're pretty good at it. But this is important here. We see boss man, handkerchief guy, looking over at the guy that wanted the GT40. So these would be the two guys, a part of the heist, other than the driver, that aren't from the original Fast crew.
Right. And they specifically want the GT40 for some reason.
Yeah. So at first we thought it, like I thought, the guy just likes the GT40. Of course. Why wouldn't you want the really expensive car? But this little exchange here, as they're hooking the straps to the wheels, Boss Man looks over at the other guy and says, "It's okay. We're all going to the same place." And they give these like concerned look. And he says, "We'll get the car there."
Yeah.
So now, like, I'm getting vibes like maybe there's something else going on here.
Yeah. And so they had a little exchange in Portuguese.
Yes.
But Dom either understands Portuguese, because it's Dom, and he's a, drag racer.
Oh, he knows it. He's smart.
And he knows something's up. So he gives Brian a look, then walks up to Mia and says, "Change of plans, wait for my call."
She's down in the car. Yeah, he like leans down in the car and tells her this. So I think they're like, okay, these guys are going to, like, we're helping them heist these cars, but they're going to screw us. So we're going to screw them.
Right. Midway through the heist.
So they yank Mia out onto the flatbed.
Yeah.
I mean, she's in the car, but it's real aggressive.
Bending the suspension and steering, for sure.
Jiminy crickets. Take it easy on that car.
So nice looking.
Tilt it back and then just dump that GT40 right into the dirt. Boom. Dirt's flying. Man.
Looks like a giant rock right in front of her.
Who would donate that GT40 for this?
That was just bushes.
Maybe it's a kit car. I think they used a kit.
Probably. And she, instead of like veering off to the right, kind of like Vince did, she turns around immediately and starts heading the opposite direction.
Flips a 180 and floors it.
Yeah.
Boss Man says, "Where is she going?"
Yeah. And
it hits the fan.
Nobody answers. So he pulls a gun and says, "Where is she going?"
Goes to shoot Dom. Dom swipes his hand away and he shoots the train car.
Yeah, something of gas starts like spilling out.
It's probably steam. It's always steam. In like action movies.
Yeah.
It's probably a steam line running. Like, yeah, what?
What is
Why
this?
would there be any type of pipeline? Oh.
That should have been taken out.
Yeah, it looks
that's like
they
keeping
have in the filming some type of cable connecting the car and the train.
Yeah.
Aha! Which actually would have been a great idea for them to actually do, to tie the things together.
So they get into little fisticuffs here.
Yeah.
And Dom's throwing the leader on the ground. Brian's fighting the other guy. And with this gunshot commotion, I guess, like three train cars down the line, the FBI agents look out the window.
Yeah, the passengers are like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
And
now, like this, like the train would have to be turning for you to see this.
Yeah, we're looking right out a window, and you can see down the back of the train. Because normally, you can't look back.
Yeah, you'd have to have your face like smashed against the window.
This camera view, they're seeing the specialized truck with its gate over.
And you can see the hole in the side of the train.
Why would Mia turn around then? They still have to get more cars off.
Right. Just play it cool. Just follow Vince for now.
Normal. Because they, like, at this point, they just broke their, like, unity with their guys that are helping them. And the guy driving that truck is not on their side, I don't think.
Yeah.
So now they're stuck on a train with a hole in the side, causing a ruckus, and they don't have a car. And Mia's driving the other way.
But they have
who knows where Vince is?
Well, they have two cars in front of them. They got two cars in the train car. They have two other cars in the train car.
But they, like, are these guys going to let them get it out? Because they're all working together with the straps and all that.
Right.
But now we got a problem because the feds, they are like, "We're being robbed. Whatever happens, don't stop the train." Why would they say that?
Yeah. Why wouldn't they just say, "Stop the train"?
Stopping the train seems like a great option, actually.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It seems weird to even include that.
Unless, like, the robbers were trying to get them to stop the train, then I'd be like, yeah, don't stop it.
Right.
But clearly, the whole robbery set up with a moving train.
All right. And so Boss Man yells out the hole in the side, "Go after the girl," to the driver of the truck.
Okay. Now that's a problem. Hurry up. So I was a little confused what was happening. Those were like was there two drivers?
Yeah, there's two other guys on the, I guess it's, I don't know.
In the front of the truck. Okay. So he's sending a truck after a GT40. Although it is the desert.
I was going to say, that would be where the truck seems to do pretty well in the desert.
And we did forget to mention, there was a nitrous bottle under the flatbed of that truck.
Yeah, there was.
Like, very dirty. And they didn't make a big deal about it. But I noticed it in one of our frames that we paused.
I wondered if it was like a air canister. I don't know what else to call it. That brings the winches like... That's how they get the winch so fast. It's like
I thought maybe the air suspension too, because they would lowered.
Yeah, or that.
Because there is guys that would put like air suspension on their cars and then just paint them to look like nitrous bottles.
But how fast? Backing up, how fast that car pulls across that gate? Like, I wouldn't even think that the cable could wrap around that fast. Like spool around. Like, those little motors crazy. And those winches would have to be flying.
And you would need to do your alignment afterwards. They hook to the wheels.
For sure.
Well, I guess driving through the desert, you should probably do alignment afterwards anyway.
Yeah. It's like you go to sell it to some black market buyer, and he's like, nah, it pulls to the left a little bit.
What are all these rock chips? Why is there sand in the fenders?
Yeah. But that's it for minute 13. So we got 2 cars out. One's still on the truck. No.
There's 2 cars on the train.
2 cars on the train, 2 cars in the desert. And Mia, we don't know where she's going. He just said, wait for my call.
Yeah, that's all he told her.
Yeah.
He didn't give her the call.
Yeah, he didn't say go home or go to...
She's like,
So I'll just drive backwards.
I'll leave my brother and boyfriend behind.
Why wouldn't she just follow Vince and be like, hey, Vince, we're changing plans?
I guess we'll find out next week. Oh, by the way, 2 minutes is up.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because they fired the gun? That's why they only had 2 minutes?
No.
He only got 2 cars off.
Yeah. You'll find out soon why they only have 2 minutes.
Maybe he was exaggerating. Maybe they have more like 3 minutes.
Well, movie time is shorter or longer than regular time.
It shouldn't be.
You're right. But let's see what happens in minute 14.
A lot has happened in 13 minutes.
Yeah.
A
lot has happened.
They made it to Brazil.
In 3 minutes, yeah. All right. Thanks for listening. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jason.
And always remember,
winning's winning.